dum dee da doo 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 dum. Now it's time for us to get together and enjoy the lovely words and phrases of the English language with you every week, live from 2 with lots of fun. And all the words and phrases of the English language. Hey! Join with Mr. Duncan on the live chat and together learn the words and phrases of the English language. Join together and have fun. Listen and learn, it really can be done. Your learning journey has just begun. Now it's time for us to get together and enjoy the lovely words and phrases of the English language with you every week, live from 2 with lots of fun. And all the words and phrases of the English language. Hey! Join with Mr. Duncan on the live chat and together learn the words and phrases of the English language. Join together and have fun. Listen and learn, it really can be done. Your learning journey has just begun. Join with Mr. Duncan on the live chat and together learn the words and phrases of the English language. Join together and have fun. Listen and learn, it really can be done. Your learning journey has just begun.
Here we are, back together. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. It is Wednesday. I know what you're thinking. Why are you here, Mr. Duncan? Well, I will explain why I am here in a few moments from now. But first I will say hello everyone. Welcome to my lovely live stream. This is English Addict coming to you live and direct from the birthplace of the English language. You know where it is. I know where it is. We all know where it is. Of course. Come on, Mr. Duncan. Get on with it. It is England.
Join with Mr. Duncan on the live chat. Learn together and have fun.
We are having fun. Fun, fun, fun. We love to have fun. If there is one thing in life you must have plenty of, it is fun. I need it, you need it, we all need it. Although there are people who never ever have fun. Can you believe it? Some people go through life and they avoid having any type of fun. Although I have a feeling you are not that type of person. Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan. Duncan, that's my name, by the way. A lot of people ask, is Duncan your real name? Yes, I can answer that question. My real name is Duncan. That is the name my mummy and daddy gave to me, and I talk about the English language. You might say I am an English addict, just like it says on my t-shirt. We are here on Wednesday. Yes, it is Wednesday today. For those wondering why I am here, there is a very special reason, because on Friday I have a big celebration coming up. It will be my 19th year on YouTube. On Friday, I will be celebrating the actual anniversary of my YouTube channel being created. 19 years. I can safely say there are not many people on YouTube who have been doing this for 19 years without any breaks, without stopping at all. So many of the people that came on way back in 2006 are no longer around. They are not on YouTube anymore for various reasons. Maybe they didn't have enough viewers. Maybe they just got bored and moved on to something else. Perhaps they died. Of course, there are many YouTube personalities and celebrities who over the years have died. Fortunately, I am not one of those people. It is lovely to be here today. So on Friday, I will be with you, by the way. I should mention, I will be with you live on Friday as well. From 2 p.m. UK time. We will be celebrating the big anniversary of my YouTube channel. I suppose for most people, it isn't a big thing. It isn't special. But for me, I feel personally it is a big thing. So I just wanted to share my excitement with you, and I will be doing that on Friday. I hope you will be able to join me on Friday from 2 p.m. UK time as we all say happy birthday to my YouTube channel. We have the live chat. It is nice to see you here. I think there might not be many people watching at the moment because, of course, it is the middle of the week. However, in first place, you are first today on the live chat. Congratulations, Beatrice. Congratulations to you and welcome. In second place, we have Alessandra. Hello to you as well. Nice to see you watching on the live chat. We have Palmyra as well watching, and also LNL Francisco or Francisco. Hello to you as well. I would love to know what your message was, but unfortunately you retracted it. You retracted your message. Retract. Which is very interesting because today we are looking at a part of English that can sometimes be confusing. It can also be rather exciting as well. Prefixes. I will be talking all about what a prefix is in the English language. They are used often in English. So what is a prefix? We will find out later on the live chat. Talking of which, we also have Christina. Hello, Christina. Mr. Duncan, I can't believe it is 5 months since we were all in Paris celebrating my birthday. How fast the time goes by. You of course are right. Yes. During 2025, we had some lovely adventures. We went to Paris and we had a rendezvous with some of you. A lovely memory there, reliving those moments spent in Paris earlier this year with the Big English Addict Rendezvous.
Join with Mr. Duncan on the live chat. Learn together and have fun.
We are having fun today. I hope you are having a super duper Wednesday. This week is going okay. I can't complain. I know it's easy for some people to complain, and I am not the type of person who complains all the time. However, sometimes I do have complaints. For example, this morning I had some mail come through my letterbox. As usual, things that cause me a little bit of frustration is when you receive advertisements through the post, but the product or service is not available in your area. I always find that rather annoying when you get an offer from a company, but when you inquire about it, they say they don't serve your area, which I always find rather annoying. For example, I had this advertisement come through. A pizza company, Domino's Pizza. So they sent me this advertisement with some lovely discounts on the back. And guess what? They don't come to this area. They actually don't deliver pizza here where I live. So it does seem strange that you receive advertisements, or as a lot of people call it, junk mail, through your letterbox. And sometimes it is pointless because the service or the thing they are offering is not available, which for me is very frustrating, because if you know me well, you will know I love pizza very much. A little frustrating. Another thing that came through my letterbox this morning is a company that sells products to the elderly. Now, I know I'm getting on a bit. If a person is getting on, it means they are getting older. So yes, I know I am getting on, but I don't think I need one of these just yet. I don't think I require a wheelchair just yet. I've just noticed they are rather expensive as well. Look at the price of these things. £1,800 for a wheelchair. And also mobility scooters. You do see a lot of people at the moment riding around the streets here in the UK in their little mobility scooters. Some of the people riding them need them, whilst others clearly don't. That's all I'm saying. But they are rather expensive. But my main complaint is the fact that, first of all, I don't need this yet. I'm hoping that I never need a wheelchair in any capacity, in any situation, to be honest with you. I hope not. And I can't get pizza either. So if I wanted to have pizza delivered to my house, I can't, because they don't do it. In fact, no food delivery is available in this area, except for a couple of supermarkets. They will deliver to my house. So it is a little bit frustrating. Palmyra said, I thought you were going to show you your bills. You were going to show us your bills. No, not today. No bills today, which makes a rather nice change, to be honest. By the way, the weather is starting to close in. Autumn is here. You may have noticed at the start of today's live stream, lots of autumn colours around at the moment. And one of the big things at this time of year, of course, is finding all of that extra warm clothing that you put away last year after you stopped using it. And I found my lovely red gloves. So these are the things I often wear during the winter months, my lovely red gloves. I have to say, they are unusual. You don't often see red gloves. They do fit me very well. And surprisingly, they are very warm if you wear them on a cold day. In fact, this reminds me of a very interesting expression in English. To be caught red-handed. To be caught red-handed means you have been caught doing something wrong, bad. You have been caught in the act, doing something illegal, something wrong, something bad. You have been caught red-handed. A very interesting phrase. Of course, that is the reason why I am here, to talk about those lovely words and phrases of the English language. Can I say happy birthday to the Republic of Turkey? Turkey is celebrating its independence, its national day today, the formation of Turkey after the fall of the Ottoman Empire. I think it's 102 years now. Wow, that's incredible. 102 years since the formation of Turkey. Yes, my gloves are very strange because they are red. Even women, ladies, don't normally wear red gloves. They can be rather strange if you see someone far away walking along with red hands. You might get the wrong idea. So today we are looking at prefixes. What is a prefix? How do we use them? How would you describe words that have a prefix? Something that has been added at the beginning of the word to complete or create an entirely different word. Can I say hello to the live chat quickly? Sheila is watching from Warsaw. Can I say a big hello to you as well? Nice to see you here. Beatrice says it is very cold today in the mountains. I would imagine it is. It's cold here, to be honest with you, and I am not in the mountains at all. Hello, Milad Javadi. Hello to you. How cold does it get in England? It can get very cold during the winter months. Now at the moment we are in autumn, but very soon we will slowly enter winter. Winter time can be very cold here in England. It can get, I would say, pretty cold, to be honest. -7, -8, that is 8 below 0. Very cold. It has been colder in the past, lower than that, but not often, fortunately. Although last year, I will say last year, we had a very strange winter. It was rather mild and quite wet. We only had a little snow last winter. So it remains to be seen what this winter will be like. So we will have to wait and see for that. Hello to Cap Ann. Hello, Cap Ann. Nice to see you here today. Hello, Amutha Linges Waran. I hope I pronounced your name right there. That is a very, very long name. We also have, who else is here? I don't want to forget anyone. Lila. Hello, Lila. It's nice to see you here as well on the live stream. Very nice to see you watching today. It is always nice to be here with you, especially this week, because I have an extra live stream today, but also I have one on Friday as well, because on Friday I will be celebrating 19 years on YouTube. I can't believe it, and I'm sure you can't believe it, but it is true. Apparently in the Alps it has already snowed. I love snow. I will be honest with you, I like snow. I love watching the snow fall from in the house. So if I'm in the house, I like to look out the window and watch the snow fall. And then maybe once or twice I will go outside and walk around in the snow. The only problem is you can get cold very fast, very quickly if you go out when it's cold. So I'm not a big fan of being cold. I will be honest with you. I am not a big fan of it. We are looking at prefixes. What is a prefix? How do we express the prefix? How do we use them? And how many are there? Well, guess what? We are looking at that on today's English Addict.
I'm a big boy now.
English Addict is with you today. I hope you are having a super duper Wednesday.
Join with Mr. Duncan on the live chat. Learn together and have fun.
Fun is the name of the game. That is what we are doing today. I hope you are having a good day wherever you are in the world. I hope it is going rather well. Don't forget, I am with you on Friday from 2 p.m. UK time as we celebrate the birthday of my YouTube channel way back in 2006. Wow, such a long time ago. I was doing just that, creating my YouTube channel, and that is what we are doing on Friday together, celebrating. So today we are looking at an interesting part of English. I like to talk about grammar. I like to talk about parts of English that may or may not be confusing for you. I also like to explain things, and of course I like to use English naturally and spontaneously, which is why I do it live. A lot of people ask, why do you do it live? Why don't you just record your lesson? But if I record it, then it won't be spontaneous. If I do it live, like this, if I stand in front of a camera with very little preparation, then it is more spontaneous. And I like that feeling, to be honest. It is quite exciting. Today we are looking at prefixes. Mr. Duncan, we don't know what a prefix is. Can you please explain the world of the prefix? Well, I will, because that is the reason why I'm here. We are looking at prefixes in grammar, in English. They are often used. Basically, a prefix is something that comes before another thing. The preceding thing is a prefix. So as you can see on this illustration, this diagram, you can see the asterisk comes before the question mark. So this is not connected to grammar. This is just demonstrating what a prefix actually is, the position of the prefix. It is something that is preceding. It comes in front. It is before the thing that follows. The prefix comes at the beginning, and that is how we generally describe a prefix. Anything can be a prefix. One thing that comes before another is the prefix. Something that comes first before another thing. In grammar, a prefix alters the state of a root word. So you might describe a prefix as the stem that gives meaning or changes the meaning or even the tense of a word. So that is how we use the prefix in English. A prefix precedes the stem. You might say that the prefix joins, it precedes, but it also creates the word as well. The affix is the thing added. So when we talk about the affix, we are talking about the actual thing that has been added to it. In this sense, and in this particular lesson, we are looking at the prefix. The affix is the thing added. As it comes at the beginning, it is referred to as a prefix. Pre is normally before. So that is the reason why prefix basically means before the position in front, the first thing added. There are many ways of looking at the prefix. So this, first of all, is the complicated way. And then I will show you the simple way. So there you can see a list of words, but you can also see how they are formed using certain prefixes. I will quickly go through the list and then I will look at them individually because it's much easier to do that. So have a quick look on the screen now and I will go through them and then I will look at them individually. So just take your time. There is no rush. So what you see here is a list of prefixes and how they are used in English. So these are the ones I'm going to look at today. These will be the prefixes that I will be taking a close look at. So don't worry, I know it looks confusing on the screen at the moment, but guess what? All will be revealed in a few moments from now. Because, let's face it, that is the reason why I am here, to do this just for you. Then we will look at each one individually. From the list that I just showed you, I will now go through them one by one to make it easier to explain it in a clear way. The first one, the first prefix is pre. In fact, I just explained the meaning of that to you a few seconds ago. So pre comes in the word prefix. Fix is something that has been put in place. Pre means before. So basically, the word prefix means in front or before. You might also have the word preview. Preview. To view before. Quite often a movie or a show, a performance in a theatre, quite often will have a preview. It means a certain group of people will be invited to go along and watch that particular performance before anyone else. It is often referred to as a preview. Basically, it means view before or view before others. We can also look at pre as a prefix to look at something before others. Pre, before. So quite often when you see pre at the start of a word, it often means before or ahead of something, a particular thing that is going to happen. We can use over as a prefix. You can add the word over to another word to give it a certain meaning. In this sense, we are adding it to the word cook. You overcook. If you overcook, it means you do it too much. You cook something too much. You overcook that thing. You cook something for too long or more than it should have been cooked. So quite often over is used to mean too much of something. You can oversupply something. You are providing too much. Maybe a company has too much of a certain product and they can't sell it. We can say that that company has overstocked. They have too much of a certain thing. They have too many of those things. In fact, they have too much and they can't sell it. They have an overstock. Too much of something. So quite often if you see over used as a prefix, it means too much or too many of something. Here's another prefix we often use, inter. Inter. When you see this at the start of a word, it normally refers to something between. Maybe between a place. Maybe between a group of people. Inter. For example, we have a good example here, international. International is between nations. So maybe you have a meeting of all the leaders from around the world. It is an international group, an international meaning. The meeting is taking place amongst a group of people. Between something. You might go on the interstate in the United States. A road that connects two separate places is the interstate. You are going from one place to another. You use the interstate. Between two things or between a group, inter. You are using that as a prefix before another word. Trans. Now this is a word that I'm sure a lot of people are very familiar with. Trans. For example, in transport. When you see trans at the start of a word, it means across. You are going from one place to another. You are crossing from one point to another. For example, transport. Transport uses the prefix trans. You are moving something. You are carrying something from one place to another. That is why we have the word transport, to carry across, to move from one place to another. So quite often the prefix trans refers to being in progress of change or movement, to be in the progress or the process of something changing or moving. That is why we often use the word transport. You are taking something from one place to another. Anti. Now I'm sure a lot of people are very familiar with this particular one. Anti. Something anti is normally against something. To be against. You are showing that one thing is against another, normally in some sort of conflict or disagreement. For example, anti-war, a person who is against war, any sort of conflict. That person might be described as being anti-war, against war. To disapprove of, to go against or oppose. You will often see the prefix anti. Next one. Multi. Multi. This is something we often see written in supermarkets, maybe if you are buying one particular product. But quite often these days you can buy the product in a large pack with lots and lots of the same thing in the pack. We often describe that as a multi-pack. So multi basically means many. It is a prefix that is added in front of a word to mean many of. Multicolour. Something is multicoloured. Something has lots and lots of different colours. You might describe my studio as being multicoloured because there are lots of bright, interesting colours all around. Many colours. multicolour. When we use the word multi as a prefix, we are showing that there are many of something. Combined, things that are operating or working together. Multi, things that have been created or built together. Also, something that has a various or many different uses. A certain tool or a certain device might have lots of different uses. Various uses, such as a computer. I would say that a computer is multi-purpose. Something that has lots of uses is often described as being multi-purpose. Then we have another prefix, miss, M-I-S, often added at the start of a word to denote or show wrongdoing, something that is mistaken, wrongly, something has been done, or it has been carried out, or maybe it is a mistake, an error, miss. For example, we can have the word misunderstand. You have the word understand, which means, yes, I understand what you are saying. But maybe you misunderstand. You don't hear what that person is saying clearly. So you misunderstand. You understand wrongly. Something done in error. You might get something wrong. Something is done erroneously. Oh, Mr. Duncan, I like that word. If something is done erroneously, it means it has been done by mistake. Something that was not intended. So you can say misunderstand. You can say misplace. If you misplace something, it means you lose it. You've lost something. You can't find it. You have misplaced it. So we often use miss to mean something that has been done by error, something that was done erroneously. Ooh, I like that word. Then we have the prefix under, which means too little. Something that has been done, but not enough, can be prefixed with under. For example, you can underpay someone. If you underpay someone, it means you don't give them enough money. You pay too little, not enough. A person might be underpaid for their work. They work hard. They work every day, but they only receive a small amount of money. To underpay is to pay too little. Of course, it can be a good thing. Maybe you are going to the cinema and maybe the person who is taking or selling the ticket charges you a very small amount of money, less than normal, and you underpay for that thing. You underpay to go and see that movie. Maybe there is an offer. Maybe you are allowed to underpay for something as an offer. So generally speaking, under means less, not enough, or something is lacking. Lack. To lack something is to be without it. Too little, not enough. Under is often used as the prefix in that situation. Sub F Sub, S-U-B, sub, to be under, to be beneath. Sub is often used to show that something is below or underneath another thing. For example, the one I always think of course, is submarine. Submarine basically means under the water, underwater. Subway is another one. The word subway is an underground way. You can go under the road safely through a subway. So subway often refers to underneath, beneath, or not good as well. So if something is below the quality, we can also use the word sub. Substandard. Something that is substandard is not good enough. Maybe you go to the restaurant, a very nice restaurant that your friends have told you about, but when you have the food, when you try it, it's not very good. You might say that the food in that restaurant is substandard. It is not high quality. Again, we are using the word sub as a prefix. Co, C-O, as a prefix. For example, we can use that particular prefix in the word cooperate. It means two or more people are working together. To operate is to do something, to carry out something. Cooperate means to do something together in a group. So you work together, you cooperate. The prefix co can mean joined, joined, associated. One thing is related to another. It works or it goes together. And of course, partnered. A partner is a person who is by your side. They are with you. Maybe in business you have a partner, someone working with you. We can have a co-worker. Your co-worker is the person you work with. Hence the prefix co. Here's another one. Auto. Something auto. Something that is done by that particular thing without any assistance. Auto. So in this particular prefix, we are looking at self. It is doing it on its own, by itself. Auto. For example, autograph. An autograph, if you meet a famous person, quite often you will want them to sign their name. You want their autograph. Self-written. Autograph. Something that is written by that particular person. Quite often it is their signature, their name. We use the prefix auto to refer to doing something by oneself. You do it by yourself. You do it alone. Something self-operating is auto. Something that operates by itself. These days there are many different types of technology that have the prefix auto in front because it operates by itself. Self-action is also auto. You do something without any help from anyone else. You do it alone by yourself. Auto. Here's another one. Extra. Now again, this might seem like a strange word to have as a prefix, but it is a prefix, and it is one that is used quite often. Extra is normally referring to something that is beyond or outside a particular thing. For example, extraordinary. Extraordinary means beyond ordinary, something unusual, something surprising, something that you've never seen before can be described as extraordinary, beyond ordinary. We often use extra as a prefix to mean outside of, other than, or something not known as well. So we often use extra to show that that thing is outside, not known, something that is unusual. Some people believe that there are extraterrestrials. They are outside our own planet, our own atmosphere. They are far away. And that is the reason why we use extra at the beginning of that word. Non, N-O-N, non. Something that has the prefix non, for example, nonsense. Something that is nonsense, without any sense. It makes no logical sense. Something that is seen as nonsense is something that has no logic. It is without sense. So we often put the word non, we use it as a prefix to mean without, not present, or a lack of something, something that there is not enough of, or maybe there is a complete absence of something. None. We have one more, and this is the one I wanted to speak about in detail because I always think this is an interesting one. The prefix re, it occurs in many different words. You might be surprised to find out how many words this particular prefix appears in. Re, opposite. Any word that has the prefix re at the start means opposite. So you are basically reversing the meaning of whatever that word is. Re. For example, return. Go back again. You return. You go somewhere and then you return. In other words, you go back. You might buy something from the shops, and when you get it home you don't like it, so you take it back to the shop. You return that thing. You take it back. You take it away and then you take it back. You return. So whenever we see re at the start of a word, it often refers to going back, stepping back, or an opposite action. And there are many examples of the use of re as a prefix. Here we go. I will give you a list. Renew. If you renew something, it means you freshen that thing. You make it new. You renew it. So something that is new will eventually get old. However, if you do some work, if you do some work on that thing, you can make it as good as new. You renew that thing. You freshen that thing. You make it as good as new. You bring it up to date. Repair. The word repair is often used when we fix something. We repair something. We put something back together. Two things joined together can create one thing. Parts of an engine can be put together. You are fixing that thing. You repair it. You put that thing together. You fix it. Then we have reconnect. Something you take apart and then you put back together. You reconnect. The opposite, of course, is disconnect. Disconnect. Reconnect. And then we have respond. Respond. Answer back. To send a response. You respond. So correspondence is normally seen as communication, writing, speaking. Quite often using text or in writing, you correspond. So when you respond, you are returning that message. You are sending a reply. You respond, you answer back. Of course, there are many other types of prefix that we use in English, and there are many, many others, maybe for another lesson, maybe for another time, maybe even for Friday. We will have to wait and see. Talking of which, I am with you on Friday. I am with you on Friday because we are celebrating 19 years on YouTube. Can you believe it? All those years ago when YouTube was just a little baby. It was just a young platform, a young website with only 25 people on there, including me. Okay, it was slightly more than that. I was exaggerating. I will see you on Friday. I hope this extra live stream has been interesting. You can, of course, watch it again. You can watch it all over again with lovely captions later on. They will be available. Can I just say hello to Vitas? Hello, Vitas. You must have joined a little later today. I didn't see you. And of course, the one and only Luis Mendez has been here today. It is time for me to go, but as I said, I am back with you on Friday, 2 p.m. UK time, celebrating 19 years on YouTube. I really can't believe that I've been here all that time doing this. I really can't. It doesn't seem real. And yet it is. Thank you very much for your company. I will see you again soon. Take care of yourselves, please. Wherever you are in the world, whatever you are doing, keep happy. Stay smiling, please. And I will see you on Friday. We will have a little bit of fun on Friday. Does that sound like a good idea? I think so. And of course, until the next time we meet, you know what's coming next. Yes, you do. See you on Friday. And ta-ta for now. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday.
Join with Mr. Duncan on the live chat. Learn together and have fun. to Duncan and all the lovely words and phrases of the English language. Join with Mr. Duncan on the live chat and discover all the words and phrases of the English language. Learn together and have fun. Join with Mr. Duncan on the live